Hello and welcome back to another edition of the MCR, also known as the Michigan Conservative Roundtable. With me this morning is Mr. Thirsty. My name is Mac. Mr. Thirsty is standing in for TJ, who is in an undisclosed bunker location. He's off the grid for this recording session. So we're going to talk about.
I apologize for being away for so long. I was finishing up with my my degree. I do now have my degree in advanced firearm technology. So yes, I am the foremost expert with the MCR in firearms.
Okay. So we're going to talk about leaked documents that reveal Obama administration's actions. And what those actions were to sabotage the incoming administration. The leaked documents that have recently come to light provide significant insight into the actions taken by the Obama administration to undermine incoming President Trump. The source of these leaked documents remains undisclosed, but they have been widely circulated and have sparked some intense controversy. Not a fan of, although the mainstream media does it constantly now, and in years past they would never do it, undisclosed sources. They'd name the source or they didn't use it back in the day. Today, they're going to, so I guess we have to as well. The contents of the document collectively referred to as the echo chamber accused former Obama officials of engaging in activities aimed at sabotaging the incoming administration. These activities include efforts to undermine trust in the incoming government, hinder transition process. The leaked documents shed light on the extent of those to raise questions about the motivations behind them. What do you think that might be, the motivations behind it, before I get a little further into this article?
It brings to mind of the deep state. You know,
yeah.
who really is in charge of what's going on? See, I actually just watched or read an article, watched news snippet the other day of Trump is the only president that has never held any office whatsoever. Yeah, it
Any
comes
other
to the point ever. He's
right
never
to the
been.
top. Yep.
He's never been governor. He's never been mayor. He has never been anything.
Kind of like Barack Obama, who was never anything, even though he was in the Illinois legislature and was in the United States Senate, where he sponsored no bills and frequently voted absent.
But you also got to think. Look at the politicians like Pelosi and Schumer. You know, these people make what, a couple, maybe $130,000 a year. But
well, for the speaker, billions. I think it's 210.
But they're worth billions now with this insider trading.
Well, certainly millions. I don't know about billions, but they got a lot of money on a small salary comparatively.
They definitely got more than you and I do.
Yeah, well, we're not professional thieves, so that's what that goes to. So we all know that Obama and Biden knew of Hillary Clinton's plan to do the Russian hoax. That's well documented, proven.
Well, look at the Biden insider with Burisma.
Right. It says here further, it has the things they did has the potential to fuel further investigations and inquiries into the action of Obama and the impact on the incoming Trump government. The leaked documents have ignited a firestorm of controversy and debate, which is kind of why we're talking about it today. But, you know, Barack Obama, TJ has alluded to this repeatedly, that they're trying to do all these distractions and cover-ups to not lead back to Obama. And I said, so what if it leads back to him? I mean, we could show absolute proof here on this channel, and it would go pretty much nowhere, because the guy's untouchable, because he's a pretend black man. And he's not a black man, as Brandon Tatum recently said in one of his videos, because he's half white. Now, if you want to use the white supremacy guidelines on who's white and who's black, then go ahead and then you can say Barack Obama is black. Because back in the past, white supremacists would say, if you have one drop of any other race, then you're not. Then you're that race. You're not pure white, which is ridiculous because none of us are pure anything. We're all a bunch of mutts. So these documents that have been leaked, we'll have to wait and see if they come out and we can find out exactly what they are and what they show. But I guarantee you, there's no way the mainstream media is going to let Barack Obama look worse than he already is.
It's one thing I've always said is Barack Obama was a great overpriced used car salesman.
Yeah,
he's a great speaker. I will not deny him that.
He's a televangelist.
Great. Yeah, that's all he is.
Yep.
He's
a dishonest. I don't mean to disparage all televangelists there. A dishonest televangelist is what he is.
Yeah, he's nothing but a mouthpiece is all he is.
Well, look at how he starts to stutter like crazy when he's off his teleprompter.
Well, see, that's one of the reasons that you look at the beginning of the Trump presidency. He never used a teleprompter. He didn't use any kind of speeches. He spoke off the top of his head.
Yeah.
Until he kind of went off the rails, and they're like, "Look, just say this. Shut up and just say this."
Yeah.
Yeah. If Barack actually had speech writers,
of course he did.
Or if he just did things on his own, but he was a very eloquent speaker, and that's all he was. He was a mouth. That's all he was.
That leads to the question: who was his puppet master?
Yes.
My belief is it was probably George Soros.
I didn't want to go there. That's why I stopped myself.
Yeah, let's just put it out there. Let's just put it out there because that's what we all know. The guy, like, every time he got off the teleprompter, because he's an actor and he's a phony. And the man is a fraud in everything he's done. Absolute fraud. They picked him, I don't know, maybe a decade before you ever heard of him to be the Manchurian candidate, so to speak. But with that said, we'll see what happens with these documents. Let's see if we get the full documents. Then we can decide if they're real or not, or it's just propaganda. Because as in a previous conversation we had on the phone, you mentioned that you don't know who you can trust, if you can trust anybody. My advice is find out everything for yourself, vet everything for yourself, and that's the best way you can go. So with
that's
that,
all you can do. That's all. Yeah.
With that, let's wrap it up with: be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.